Shalom Aleichem, Shavua Tov, a good Tavoch, a good week. And we find ourselves the day after the holiday of Rosh Hashanah La'ilan, the new year of the trees, Chamisha Asar B'Shvat, Ki Adam Eitz HaSodeh. We know that we are compared to the tree of the field. And together with the tree of the field, the Rebbe stresses the great the great virtue of the tree, that as in comparison to something that is mineral, that does not move, that does not grow, we are constantly, like the tree, we are constantly growing and becoming greater and greater in quantity and in quality, however it might be assumed. And therefore, since yesterday was the not only the Rosh Hashanah, but it was also the Siyum Harambam, the ending of the studies, the annual study cycle, and the beginning of the new annual study cycle of the compilation of the Rambam, Rabbi Moshe ben Maimon, as he is known, Maimonides. He wrote the great compilation of the Jewish Code of Law, the Yad HaChazakah, the exclusive Jewish Code of Law that not only tends to the laws that pretend during the times of Golus, of exile, during the period of time, the immediate period of time that we don't have the Beis Hamikdash, we don't have the mitzvahs that are connected to the Beis Hamikdash, and when we have the majority of the Jewish nation upon its land here in the Holy Land, Eretz Yisrael. But he writes also those laws that pretend to the Beis Hamikdash, and also to the upcoming future, immediate future of the coming of Mashiach, the revelation of the Rebbe Shlitah Melech HaMashiach. And therefore, this is the only halachic source that we have in Judaism in regard to Mashiach. And we see that it is so important. The Rebbe stresses how important the study of Rambam is for each and every individual, because first of all, it brings blessings to every individual. Second of all, when we learn together, it gathers all the Jews together, unites us. And we know that through Ahavas Yisrael and Achdus Yisrael, the love for our fellow Jew, and the unity of the entire Jewish nation, this is one of the major things that hastens the coming of Mashiach. There's a story, before we have the Siyum, there's a story that was told, Rabbi, there was a great, an elderly chassid, Rabbi Shmuel David Reichik. The latter period of his days, he lived in California, in Los Angeles. I knew him personally. And he was a shadar. He also was he was sent out to go and to speak to communities all over the world, and also to raise funds for Chabad. And when we're speaking about this individual, he was an incredible person. He was a person that came from Russia. He barely had any English, but he proved that in order to go and to connect with another Jew, you don't need the language. All you need is to open your heart and to speak from your heart, and the words that are coming from an open heart go out and they penetrate the heart of another person, and they also they take effect. They have an influence on the heart of the other person as well. So it's told that Rav Shmuel David Reichik, he once came to the Rebbe. It was in Yechidus, in a personal audience by the Rebbe, and he told the Rebbe about a particular individual that is in a very, very dire situation, and he expressed the fact that this person, in order for this person to be saved, he needs a meifes. He needs a wondrous miracle. These were the words that came out of Rabbi Reichik's mouth. And he said, please, Rebbe, give this person a meifes. So the Rebbe looked at Rabbi Reichik, And he said to Rabbi Reichik, tell this person that he should start studying Rambam. That was apparently at the beginning of the miftzah, of the campaign, that the Rebbe came out with, studying the works of the Rambam, the Yad HaChazaka, the halachic compilation of of Maimonides, and the Rebbe stressed that the study can be done in different manners, in different cycles. There's one cycle that we are able to complete the entire study of the Yad HaChazaka in 1 year. And then the Rebbe divided it also in the manner that a person, that's if we learn 3 chapters a day. Then the Rebbe also gave a cycle of studying 1 chapter a day, and this is something that gives us the ability to complete the study of the Yad HaChazaka in 3 years. And then there's a more subtle or simpler manner of studying the Rambam, which is the studying of the Sefer HaMitzvos, the book of the commandments that the Rambam compiled, all the 613 commandments that are found in the Torah, and this is divided up to the days of the year, so that a person that is studying the commandments, the Sefer HaMitzvos, is able to go into complete the entire study of the Sefer HaMitzvos in 1 year as well. And this, the Rebbe says, according to each and every individual's abilities and the strength that the person has, they should see to it that they should at least study one of these cycles of Rambam. And the Rebbe says that even women and children, they should try to at least study the Sefer HaMitzvos, the book of the commandments. Anyway, the Rebbe says that this person that needs a meifes, that needs a wondrous miracle, he should study the Rambam. And Rabbi Reichik looked, and he had open eyes, like, what? Rebbe, he didn't say it, but he said, but he was like, as though saying, with his eyes wide open, he says, Rebbe, I'm asking for a meifes that this person's life should be saved. What should I should tell him to start learning Rambam? So the Rebbe smiled, because he saw that Rabbi Reichik was a little startled with the answer that the Rebbe gave him. And the Rebbe says, you shouldn't be surprised in regard to what I said, because it states very clearly in the Chumash, in the previous portion, in the portion of Beshalach, it says that in either Boy or Beshalach, it says that Hashem tells Moshe Rabbeinu to go to speak to Paro, and this is in order for him to lirveis meifsai be'eretz Mitzrayim. Reveis meifsai be'eretz Mitzrayim. To go and to have to excel with my wonders in the land of Egypt. And the acronym of the first letters of these words, Reveis Meifsai Be'eretz Mitzrayim, makes up the name Rambam. And since this is talking about having great wonders, to excel in Hashem's wonders in the land of Egypt during the time of Golus, the time of exile, so therefore the Rebbe is telling this person, Rabbi Reichik, to tell the other person to start learning Rambam, and he'll see great miraculous wonders. Obviously, this also applies. Oh, and Rabbi Reichik also asked, "Tell me, Rebbe, can I go and can I publicize this segula, this auspicious concept in public? You know, can I tell other people that this is the way you are able to earn great wonders?" And the Rebbe says, yes, definitely, you can say it in my name. So this is also something that we have to excel in order to bring the great wonders. First of all, each and every person on their own personal basis, in their own personal lives. We have a source to be able to merit great wonders, whatever field of life, whether it's family matters or health or parnasa livelihood. And basically, the Rebbe is saying that this is how we merit the greatest of all wonders, the coming and the revelation of the Rebbe Shlitah Melech HaMoshiach, and should be immediately now. Yechi Adoneinu Moreinu V'Rabbeinu HaMelech HaMoshiach Chai V'Kayim Lo'elam V'ed. The end of the Yad HaChazaka is the Hilchos Malachim Milchamoseim, the laws of kings and their battles. And this is chapter 12. Chapter 12, the last halacha is halacha Hey, the fifth halacha, which brings us to the culmination of the works, the compilation of the Yad HaChazaka, the strong hand, as it's literally translated, the Jewish code of law written by the Rambam. And the Rambam states as follows: in that era, there will be neither famine nor war, envy or competition, for good will flow in abundance, and all delights will be as common as dust. The occupation of the entire world will be solely to know Hashem. Therefore, the Jews will be great sages, not just one or two or a collective select group of learned people. Every single Jewish person in the entire Jewish nation will be a great sage, and know hidden matters, concepts that were hidden until now, that were not revealed yet, secrets of the Torah. From the time that the Torah was given, as we're living this week in the portion of Yisro, in the giving of the Torah, Matan Torah, attaining knowledge of their Creator, attaining knowledge of Hashem to the full extent of human potential. Because to go and to know Hashem is something that is beyond the human potential. But as far as the human potential is concerned, we'll all come to the climax of the ability to know Hashem, to know the Creator. As it states in the book of Yeshayahu in Isaiah, chapter Yud Aleph, chapter 11, Posuk Tes, verse 9, it states as follows: the world will be filled with the knowledge of Hashem as the sea fills the ocean bed. In Hebrew, Kimola ha'oretz deya es Hashem, kamayim layom mechasim. Nishlamu hilchos malachim ve'achiber kulei. We have come to the culmination of the laws of malachim, of kings, and the entire compilation of the Yad HaChazaka. Baruch she'omar ve'haya ha'elam bifrotei uvichlolei. Blessed be He that has said that the world should be, the Creator, in detail and in general. Yechi Adoneinu Moreinu V'Rabbeinu HaMelech HaMoshiach Chai V'Kayim Lo'elam V'ed. And now we'll go, as the Rebbe and we're taught in general. We have immediately after we come to the finish, to the culmination of a writing, we begin the entire writing from new, and so we go to the beginning of the Yad HaChazaka, the compilation of the Rambam's Jewish Code of Law. It begins with the book of Mada. Mada is known as science, but Mada is not only coming from the word science, but it's also coming from the word da'at. Da'at. And this is exactly the idea of knowledge. When we're talking about being able to, the end of the last book that we just finished, in Hilchos Malachim, that the world will be filled with the knowledge of Hashem, this is exactly how the Rambam, the Maimonides, begins his compilation with Sefer Hamada, the concept of not only science, but the concept of knowledge, and we're talking not only material, but specifically the
Going to bring something.
spiritual knowledge, the knowledge of the Creator, the knowledge of Hashem, as it also states in regard to the word da'at, knowledge. This is a concept of unification. When we unite together with Hashem, it is also called the concept of da'at. Like it states by Adam and Chava, the Adam Yoda es Chava, and Adam knew Chava, and then were born Cain and Hevel. This is the concept of Adam and Chava being united together. And so we'll begin the first halacha. Every single book of the 14, Yad HaChazaka means 14, the strong hand, or the numerical value of 14 of Yad is 14, and the Rambam divided up his books, his compilation of Jewish law, into 14 different separate volumes. Each one, the general volume, including the laws that pertain to that particular title. Here we have the Sefer Hamada, the book of knowledge, like we said before. And each one of the books, the Rambam begins, as his style is, with a verse from the Torah. The verse from the Torah or from the scriptures. And the verse that the book of Mada begins with is Meshoich chazdecho liyedecha. Draw down and reveal your kindness to those that know you, or those that, like we said before, connect with you. V'tzidkoscha liyishrei lev, and your justness, or your justice, to those that have a straight heart, an honest heart. Vehu Sefer Rishon, and this is the first book of the 14 volumes, like we said before. Hilchosav Chamesh Vezel Siduran. It has within it 5 laws, and this is the order of the 5 laws that this book contains. Hilchos Yesei Torah, the laws of the foundation of the Torah. Hilchos Deis, the laws of knowledge. Hilchos Talmud Torah, the laws of the study of the Torah and the Torah itself. Hilchos Avedas Kechavim U'Mazalos V'Chukos Ha'Evdei Kechavim U'Mazalos, the laws that pertain to the nations that serve stars and constellations, and the laws of those that serve stars and constellations, how we are meant to relate to them, and the Hilchos Tshuva, and at the very end, the laws of return, or the laws of the atonement. Hilchos Yesei Torah, and here we have the first laws, the laws of the foundation of the Torah. Yesh b'chlalan eser mitzvahs, we have within them 10 mitzvahs, sheish mitzvahs aseh, 6 positive commandments, the arba mitzvahs leisaseh, and 4 prohibitions, 4 commandments that we are prohibited of doing. The zel proton, and these are they in detail. Aleph, first of all, leida sheyesh shem elika, sham elika, to know that there exists there in our creation a God. Base shelo yale b'machashava sheyesh sham elika acher zulosei Hashem. The second law is that it should not enter our mind that there is an existence of another God other than Hashem Echad, other than one God. The Gimel liyachde. The third law is to unify Him. Daled le'ohave. 4 is to love Him. Hey liyira mimeno, to have fear, or to have basically to have fear and from Hashem. Vav lekadesh shmei, to sanctify his name. Zayin shaloi lechalel shmei. 7, not to desecrate his name. Ches shaloi le'abed dvarim shenikra shmei aleim. 8 is not to destroy things that his name, that Hashem's name is written or called upon them. Tes 9, lishmoya min hanovi hamedar b'bishmei, that we should hearken to the prophet that speaks in his name, and we're definitely talking about only a Jewish prophet that has proven himself to be a Jewish prophet. Yud shalei lenasese. The 10th and last of the laws is not to test Hashem, not to put Hashem before trials and tribulations that we put before him. He puts us through trials and tribulations, yes, but we are not allowed to test Hashem. Ubir kol mitzvahs ha'elu bifrokim elu, and the explanation of all these commandments are in the following chapters. Perek Rishon, we'll read the first law. Aleph, Yeseda Yesedas, the foundation of all foundations, the Almod HaChochmas, and the pillar of all wisdoms, Leda, to know, Sheyesh Sham Matsui Rishon, that there exists in the creation a first existence, which is Hashem, V'hu Mamtzi Kol Nimtza, and he is that which brings existence of all existence into existence. V'chol hanimtzoim mishamayim va'aretz, and all that exists from the heavens until the earth, umashe beinehem, and all that which is between the heavens and the earth, lo nimtzu, have not come into existence, ela me'amitas himotzei, other than from his true existence, the true existence of Hashem, which is not an existence that came into existence from some other source, but this is the true existence that always was, that always is, and that always will be. Yechi Adonenu Mereinu V'Rabbeinu HaMelech HaMoshiach Li'olam Voed. Amen. There's a special nigun that was put together by the children in camp Gan Yisro in honor of the Siyum Rambam, and it goes in the tune are with the words. The tune is with the words of the culmination of the Rambam, like we said, from the book of Yeshayahu, Umal'ah ha'oretz Deya es Hashem kamayim layam mechasim, and the world will be filled with the knowledge of Hashem as the waters cover the ocean bed. And the tune, whoever wants can join in. The tune basically goes as follows. It's a famous tune because we also sing it during the festivals, during the holidays. V'samachta b'chagecha v'hayisa ach sameach. We should rejoice in our holidays, and we shall be utterly happy, utterly joyous. And the nigun goes as follows: Umal haaretz deya es Hashem kamayim layom mechasim. 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 Umal haaretz deya es Hashem kamayim layom נכסים ומולורס דייס השם כמים לים נכסים ומולורס דייס השם כמים לים נכסים. No, we should merit all the wonderful, auspicious promises that the Rebbe tells us. The study of the Rambam brings the great wonders, Revois Meifsai Be'eretz Mitzrayim, with the greatest of all wonders, just like it says in the prophet Micha. The prophet Micha says, Ki meit seischem mi eretz Mitzrayim, as in the days that we exited, the days of our exodus from the land of Egypt, Arenu niflois, I will show you wonders. I will show them wonders. These are the wonders that the Rebbe is speaking about, and these are the wonders that we will merit immediately now to see on a good and revealed basis with the revelation of the Rebbe Shlitah Melech HaMashiach immediately now. Yechi Adonai Moreinu v'Rebbeinu HaMelech HaMashiach Li'olam Voed. And since we have a kvius, we have a regular study every week, we'll get to at least the study of one ois from the Dvar Malchus, and we are holding in the Dvar Malchus in the hard copy on page 129 in the portion of Achrei Kadeshim according to our order of study, and in the PDF file, whoever has that open in front of them, it's on page 3, Ois Gimel, letter Gimel. And something incredible, I see that in this letter, in this Ois, the Rebbe brings the Psak Din of the Rambam. The Rebbe brings exclusively brings one of the laws of Maimonides in his book of law that we just made the siyum, we just made the culmination. But we'll get that. That's in the middle of the study. We'll get there. V'yesh leimar, we must say habir that the explanation in all this. Ki'ula ein perusha. When we talk about redemption, the concept of redemption is not. The concept of redemption is not. Shal yedei zeh is not explained. Or determined that through this hayetzia ma'agolos maznichim esachayim, that by going out of exile we ignore life. Chas v'sholom. No, that's not what geula, redemption, is all about. Ha'peulas va'olam shahaya kedem begolus. We don't ignore the actions and the world that was in existence before the redemption. In other words, as the world was in its state of exile. No, we don't ignore it. Adarabba, and how much more so the Rebbe says, Geula Perusha, the commentary for the word redemption, that the existence that was previously enslaved in exile becomes, it is not destroyed, it is not nullified, but it becomes free from exile. In other words, it's the same exact situation that we have here, but in a manner that we're free from exile. Like we just learned in the Rambam, that we will be free from all the obligations and all the material responsibilities that don't allow us to sit and to study Torah. We'll be free of them, and we'll be able to sit and study Torah, and we will have the greatest of knowledge according to the capabilities of the human mind to connect and to unify ourselves with Hashem. And the novelty and the completion of the true and the complete revelation is she'akol mishtacher, that everything is set free. Ein shum inyanim shenish'arim avudim. There are no concepts that remain, that will remain lost. Chas v'sholom begolus, God forbid, in exile. Lo yisro begolus shum inyan. No concept will be left behind in exile. The Rebbe says. Afilu hanidochim, even all those that are distant, the ha'ovdim, and those that have been lost until now, shenikraim kach b'seras emes, and they are called so by the Torah, which is the ultimate truth. Yig'alu, they also will be redeemed. The redemption will be a true and complete redemption. In quantity and in quality, shall kol hadvarim, of all the issues, of all the matters that we had until now in exile. Mehaklal agodel, from the great rule shebahem, of them, ada prat shebahem, until the detail amongst them. Kol echad ve'echad misol uchlol isol, each and every Jewish individual and the entire Jewish nation as a whole. B'na'areinu u'v'zkenenu, in our lads and in our elders, Gemer. B'voneinu u'vivnosenu, with our sons and with our daughters. Just like Moshe Rabbeinu told Paro before we left Egypt, the first golus, the first exile of the Jewish nation. The gam chelkam ba'ilam, and also their share in the world. Kaspam uzahavam itam, there's silver and gold with them. Im kol piluseim v'hesegehem bagolos, with all their actions. In other words, not only our material silver and gold, but also our spiritual silver and gold. In other words, all our spiritual actions, all the mitzvahs that we've done till now, and all our hesegim, everything that we were able, all our goals that we were able to reach during the time of golus, of exile. Hagi'ula teshacher kol adam, the redemption will set free every single individual. There's kol bnei ha'adam, and all the individuals, all the individuals of the entire human race. Gam u'masa'elam, also the nations of the world, the 70 nations of the world, the Gentiles. There's kol inyonei ha'olam, and all the matters, the issues that exist in the world. V'chol echad ve'echad bifrat, and each and every one in detail. Im kol inyonov, with all their, each and every one of our matters, issues that have to be, that need to be freed, that need to be taken care of. Kol ha'inyonim achiyuvim, all the positive matters, bagolos nisharim gam hala. They also, those positive things that were with us in exile, they remain. They continue to be also in the redemption. Ela she's batel matzova magolusi, but their exile state will come to a end. Is batel ha'elem v'hester, all the hiddenness and concealment will be annulled. Ha'mechasel mitzius ha'ma'amitis v'apnimis, that which has been hiding and concealing their true existence and their inner existence, which is Hashemliness, like we said in the Rambam, the Ashiyabud lidarchei ateva, and the enslavement to the channels of nature, the gashmius ha'olam, and the mundane, the mundanity of the world, hamishtal shel mimeno, that comes from it, that will be removed, that will cease to exist, and will be free from all these things that enslave us in the material, mundane world. The Chifsak Din Rambam, and as Maimonides brings in his Jewish code of law, and where exactly is this brought? The Rebbe, we have the quote. The Rebbe brings the quote in footnote 19, Hilchos Malachim, the laws of the kings, Perek Yud Beis, chapter 12, Halacha Aleph, the first law. Urei Avedas HaKedesh, Chelek Beis, Perek Lamed Ches. And there's another book that also deals with this, the Avedas HaKedesh, and everyone is invited to look there as well. What does the Rambam bring in this first law that deals with the Geula, that deals with Mashiach? Al Yale Al Alev, it should not enter one's heart. Should be Mesa Mashiach, that in the days of Mashiach, Yibatel Davar Mimin Hagish Olam, that there is anything that will be cancelled out from the ways of the world as we know it today. Or there will be a novelty in the course of the creation from that which we know from the beginning of creation. Ella, but the world will continue to behave as it has been from the beginning of the creation. Amru Chachamim, our rabbis have taught, have said, Ein ben ha'olam hazeh li'moseh Mashiach. There is no difference between the this world and the days of Mashiach. Ben ha'olam hazeh li'moseh Mashiach, ela shi'abud malchuyos bilvad. But the enslavement of the kingdoms only. Hachidush aziyeh, the novelty then will be, the Rebbe explains, that everyone will return to the true understanding, the true observance. V'saken Mashiach ha'olam kulei, and Mashiach will rectify the entire world. La'avedas Hashem, to serve Hashem biyachad, together, the entire world together. Shenemar, like it states, Ki oz efech el amim, for then I will turn to the nations, Sofa Vrura, a clear language. In other words, a clear message for everyone. The entire 70 nations of the world. Likrei chulam, that everyone will call out B'Shem Hashem, in the name of Hashem Echad, the only Hashem, of the creator of the world. U'le'ovdei Shchem Echad, and thus to serve him, everyone together, with one back, with one shoulder. In other words, everyone as one individual entity, with everyone serving with the same consciousness of serving only one Hashem, the creator of the universe. According to this, it's understood why the word Geula, redemption, koilelis, as tevas goila, includes within it the word gola, exile. Avol b'tesefes aleph, but the difference between them is that the Geula has the addition of the letter Aleph. Ha-Geula ina mevatel eses ha'aveda begolus. The redemption, therefore we understand, does not cancel out the service of the golus, of the exile. Adarabba, how much more so? Ha-Geula inyano lahalois esachayim ba-goila. The entire intention of the redemption is what? To raise and to elevate life as it was previously in the goila, in the exile. How do we do it? The Rebbe explains, Al yedei shichur kol ha'inyonim me'agolus, through freeing all the concepts and issues from exile, umehem, and from amongst them, Gufa themselves, Lasis Geula, to make redemption, Al Yedei Zeh, through this, Shemegalim B'chol Ha'inyonim, that we reveal in all the concepts, the Goila of exile, Esa Aleph, the letter Aleph, the Alufe Shel Olam, of the champion of the universe, Mesirim, in other words, the creator. Mesirim es hahelem vehester, we remove the hiddenness and concealment, being yonei agolos, from the concepts of exile, hamechasim al mitziusa, the sachlisa hamitis, that are covering and hiding its true existence and its true purpose. Megalim es ha'alufa shel olam, we reveal the champion of the universe. V'shebazeh, that within this, hatachlis dechol inyonei hagolus, the goal of all the concepts of exile, shebishvilo nivru, for which the exile was recreated, al yedei she'akadosh baruch hu, through that the Holy One, blessed be He, kach shemigoyla nasa geula, in this manner, that from goyla, from exile, we bring about, and it is turned into, literally, the exile is turned into redemption, geula. The Rebbe ends off in this letter and says, geula hi gilui ha'alef. Redemption is the revelation of the letter Aleph, the alufa shel olam, of the champion of the universe, bagoyla. But within the exile, not canceling out the exile. Gilui ha'emes, the revelation of the truth, the apnimius, and the inner essence, the chol inyonei hagolus, of all the issues of golus, of exile, the chol ha'peulos bisman hagolus, and all the actions that were carried out during the time of exile. Gilui ha'elokus b'chol inyonei ha'olam, the revelation of Hashemliness in all the matters of the world. Ketzad kol ze megala es kvedei, how all this reveals His glory. Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, of the Holy One, blessed be He. Shekol masha bara HaKadosh Baruch Hu, for all that the Holy One, blessed be He, created be'elamai, in His world, or in His creation. Lo bra'oi ela lichvedei, He did not create this other than for His own glory. Shel alufe shel olam, for the champion of the universe, for the creator of the universe, for the Rebbeinu shel olam, the master of the universe. And this should be on a good and revealed basis with the revelation of the Rebbe Shlitah Melech HaMoshiach, teichef umiyad, mamish, immediately now. Yechi Adonenu Moreinu V'Rabbeinu HaMelech HaMoshiach Chai V'Kayam Le'olam Voed. Amen.